Ayo, and thank you for clicking on the video. As always, if you do enjoy, please leave a like, and if you have any loadout suggestions, drop them in the comments and I'll be more than happy to try them out. Thank you again to Jerky Pro for sponsoring the video. The link to get 5% off is in the description, along with the code to use. With all that said, let's hop into the video. Some of you may not know, I'm a big New Jersey Devils fan. I am from New Jersey originally, and I've been following them pretty close the past couple of years, and I just kind of wanted to get my thoughts on how I think, the season's going, players have performed, etc. And for me personally, I think the season started so promising. Like, yes, they had their ups and downs, but some people have to remember that this is still a relatively young team, so they're gonna make mistakes, they're gonna drop games they shouldn't, etc., etc. But I mean, they had everything they needed to be successful this year. They just had to, capitalize, build on what they did last year. But if you guys have been following as closely as I have, it has not worked out that way. That's right. I did team kill him, so that's fair. Team's just been very injured this year. Something they were not last year. They just had a very good stroke of luck with injuries last year. And this year, it's just kind of the other side of the coin. And unfortunately, they just kind of seem to be snake bitten. Anytime, one of my favorite Devils channels to follow on Spotify, and just in general, because they have a YouTube channel as well, is Locked On Devils. But like he said, it's like he's mentioned a couple times, it just seems like the team's just very snake bitten and unlucky, because it seems that every time they get a person back from injury, they lose somebody else, and it's never obviously you never want anyone to get hurt, because you always want everyone to be healthy and just the best people to be out there, but it's always like they lose a key person, and so it's just been very frustrating, trying to just manage expectations, keep hope alive, because the Metro Division for the Devils is just very tight. So it's yes, they're at the time of this recording, they played the Dallas Stars, but I have been streaming and recording, so I have not had a chance to watch the highlights yet. I did miss that game, so this is disclaimer: I have not seen the results of the Dallas Stars game, but what was I saying? Oh yeah, it's just they've been playing kind of just up and down, and to an extent it's they're playing to the level of their opponent, because sometimes when they play higher end opponents Boston, they get out to the 2-0 lead and then collapse down the stretch. And then you have games I think not the most recent time they played Columbus, because they mollywopped them 4-1, but the time before that when they lost, it's do you really need to make the game this difficult as you made it? I know part of it is goalie luck. They have not had a good showing. Damn near any goalie they've put in between the pipes. I had such high hopes for Vanacek this year, coming into the year after his 30-win season last year. I had real high hopes for Akira Schmid after he shut out the Rangers twice in the playoffs. Things were looking up. Now, if you watch the Devils at all, now they have Nico Dawes out in the pipes, the main starter. Vanacek kind of looks like a shell of himself. He's just in shambles. And it's not hard to watch. I still enjoy watching the Devils any chance I get, but thinking, just watching them and just constantly thinking what could have been is just But if there's like a position group or anything like that, I would obviously start with goaltender and just try to either see if you can move VTech or do something in the goaltender, because it's just whatever they're doing is just not working right now. And I would also, I've seen some people say that they should go after more defenders, bulk up the defense, but honestly, like, when the players they do have, like, you know, Luke Hughes, John Marino, and I would say Brendan Smith, but I think he just went to the 15-day IR with a sprained knee. But like people like that, like when they play defense, like when they're able to focus on defense, they're pretty damn good defenders, and they're able to lock down people and teams. But like, so I honestly think that they should. I'm not saying like focus on like offensive players, but like see if you can find more people like Nico Hischier, a two-way player that can, you know, defend as well as he can offend. I think that they should focus on a two-way player because I think it would help them more in the long run. Because me personally, just like what I've observed, how I see, like how they approach, I think the defensemen are just like pressing a little too much. Like, they're trying to outscore the defense because, like, with all the injuries and whatnot, they're just, like, really pressing to score because it's no secret they've been struggling to score since all the key injuries have happened. And so, I think if they're able to find, like, a two-way player, or even if they focus on, like, more of an offensive player, I think that it would help. Because then, you know, players, like I said earlier, like Luke Hughes, John Marino, and Kevin Ball was the other person I was thinking of. Like, even though Kevin Ball is like really an offensive-minded defenseman, like, but it'll help them be able to focus more on their defense. Because when they actually, you know, are able to defend, not like able to defend, but like they have their moments where they're pretty good defenders. So me personally, you know, hot take or not, whether it sounds smart or not, you know, whatever, I think it would be more beneficial to, you know, find a two-way player that, you know, helps the defensive side, but also, you know, eases up, you know, brings a little bit of offense so that the defenders are able to focus on defending. But, you know, that is my 2 cents on the situation. But, you know, I do want to hear your guys' thoughts, whether you agree with my take, disagree, you know, whatever. I would definitely, you know, like I said, stick with that. Just try to get like a two-way player just to help the defense, you know, actually play defense and help the scoring, because we've been struggling to score here recently. But, you know, I do want to hear your guys' thoughts. I do want to know what you guys think, you know, whether you agree, disagree, and why. And with that said, you know, just leave a like if you enjoyed the video, you know, my rant, my 2 cents on the situation. If you want to, you know, hear more, if you want me to give like a daily, weekly update of my thoughts, you know, it's entirely, you know, based on your guys' input, whether you guys want to hear it or not. Because if you want, you know, I can post my post-game thoughts after, you know, every game. But with that said, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed, and leave me your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.